Our goal, by the end of this unit, we should be able to see something like this and be able to determine the following. First, what kind of reaction is this? We can clearly see we have one of something and one compound of something else, or one molecule rather. We have one lithium and an oxygen molecule. Together, they're going to create one thing, so we can say right there, just by seeing this, that this is a synthesis reaction. That's what we're looking at. We need to be able to identify the type of reaction by only seeing one side. From there, we need to know how to create the kind of compound that will form in this sort of synthesis reaction. When we're looking at lithium plus oxygen, we are dealing with an ionic bond. Therefore, we have to look at charges. We know it's ionic because we have a metal and we have a non-metal. Together when they form, this involves a transfer of electrons, and if it helps to draw your electron dot diagram to show the transfer, then you're welcome to do that. But the other way we can do this is by crossing these charges. One oxygen, two lithiums to balance this. That leaves us with our compound lithium oxide, something we should be able to name just by looking at the formula alone, of Li2 and one oxygen. That's our ratio for this formula unit. From there, we need to be able to balance this. I've already done some of the work here, but I need you to be able to see something like this. Know that on this side, we put over here two lithium oxides. In this case, just a lithium oxide as we balanced it before. And be able to determine, by creating a chart like this, how it is that we can balance this reaction to get the same number of atoms on both sides, to pay respect to our law of conservation of mass. So to do this, as I've shown here, I started out by looking at how many total lithiums and oxygens I had in this reaction. The one thing I'm missing from this is what I just erased a moment ago, which is where I started by recognizing that I need to have two oxygens on the right because I start out by having two on the left. So I do that by creating the coefficient on the right side of a 2 in front of the lithium oxide. When I do that, I now have 4 lithiums on the right, and I have 2 oxygens. So my oxygens have balanced, and I now look at my lithiums. In order to get that to equal the other side, I need this coefficient of 4 in front of the lithium. When I put that all together, I have a balanced chemical equation. So it involves a lot of what we've done over the past few units, where we have just the start of a chemical reaction, and from there, you'll need to find what kind of chemical reaction it is, classify it. If necessary, balance the charges to find out what kind of compound will be formed, name it, and then balance those coefficients using our stoichiometric principles.